Okay, everybody, if you're back on, I sent Clarence. I sent the link in the chat room if anybody wants to come in and talk for a little bit. Come on in. Things didn't go as planned. Come on in if you can. Hey, Clarence, come on in, brother. So come on in. Been kind of crazy lately with all of this Google stuff, man. I tell you, it's irritating. I'm trying to put website stuff up. At one point in time, I couldn't even put it up on the screen. It's crazy. I'm trying my best. I'm trying my best. I'm trying my best, folks. But it's just one of them things that's happening. So maybe I should just lay off the screens for a while. There's always something going on. Brother Clarence, how you doing? Okay. Let me put my headset on.
All right. Okay.
Brother Clarence, can you hear me?
Absolutely. I can hear you.
Yeah, I'm sorry about that. I had a problem yesterday when I did an interview with a young lady, and there was some weird stuff going on. And then you saw for yourself firsthand when I started talking about the British family being involved in the Nazi stuff. All of a sudden, I kept trying to show everybody the picture, and it wouldn't let me. Right? I was having a hard time trying to.
I'm hearing some echo.
Yeah, let me see. See, it's always something, man. That's probably my headset that you heard. I have a little headset on. But so you saw for yourself firsthand as I started to expose the royal family that this woman has married into, that all of a sudden I'm having a hard time pulling up stuff. I tried to pull up Harry's picture, couldn't do it. Then I clicked it. Can you hear me?
I'm still hearing the echo in the background.
You're hearing an echo in the background.
Yes, I'm hearing like you're talking. I'm hearing some more talking. Like, and
I know what it is. I know what it is.
Yes.
Okay, I had to mute something. I'm sorry. Okay, that's muted.
Maybe I need to click off the video.
Are you gotta? What do you have playing over? What do you have playing?
I might need to take and cut the video off and just get right on the regular.
Okay, well, how do I sound now?
Okay, everything is fine. I think what I did, I clicked on the video and then I went into the Google Hangout.
Okay, so basically, I'm gonna have to apologize to you. The video that we did. Okay, let me go back over here. Now okay, I can't hear you now. Can you hear me?
Oh, see, you
okay, I can hear you now. There was some okay. This is what I wanted to say to you. What we just did earlier, because I was having some problems, I had to delete the video. It just was too much stuff going on. It just wasn't the way I wanted it to be. So
okay.
And I noticed that when I noticed one, well, we're going to do this. We're going to do it again. But what I'm saying, I noticed when I started talking about that royal family, that's when everything started to go haywire. Okay.
Oh yeah, I think I remember that too. Yes.
Yeah. And then I started having stuff coming on the screen. I'm like, what the hell is this? Where did this come from? I had some kind of Twitter thing that jumped on the screen, some white chick's Twitter and some date stuff. It was weird, man. So I experienced the same kind of experience the other day. And we know that on YouTube, on these platforms, you got people that hack. You have people that want to stop us from talking to each other like this. So
they don't like to see. That's right. That me and my mother, we talks about it a lot. How the media don't want to see the black empowerment. No way. They don't want to see that because you know what I mean. Because they feel like it's a threat to them. Because they want to always try to keep us under the bottom and stuff. You know. And when you do like I think my mother, she wrote something on Facebook and she spoke out against something that they didn't like, and they took and shut her computer down for 2 days because she spoke and said something about they was mad because she spoke some truth, something about what the media be doing, and they didn't agree with it. They sit there and act like they'll put pop-ups on your computer and make you feel like it's something wrong with your computer because so they can shut it down because they really be angry because they don't want you to actually speak. When you're putting black people under the bus or your own people under the bus, they want nothing that ain't gonna mess up when you're doing that. But when you speak out against it, it's a whole different story.
Yeah,
they don't want
let me say something to Wage, brother King Wage. There was an article that I wanted to pull up for you guys, and all of a sudden the article was gone. I had the article on my screen, and I popped over to the News One article that I read about the wedding and how News One wasn't really supporting the wedding per se. And then as soon as I was looking for the article that I found on, I found this article on, what did I find it on? On Al Jazeera. There's 14 Caribbean countries that are taking out a lawsuit against Great Britain and all the European powers or European countries that were involved in the trans-American slave trade.
Oh, okay.
And this is why there's nothing to get all happy and googly-eyed about Meghan marrying Prince Harry. And you saw before everything went haywire that he had a Nazi outfit on that he wore for some costume party. So this is what she's marrying. They think that being a Nazi is something that is something funny. It's entertaining.
Right.
There's nothing entertaining or funny about that.
And no, it's not.
And so that's what happened, folks. For those of you that are watching out there, so there was more foolishness going on. I'm waiting for my man Cap is back for a second. Thank you. Let me put a Cap. If you want to come into the chat room, if any of you guys want to come in, all you got to do is place a link. Ayapo, I need you to come in. I got to talk to you, man. Come on into the. Thank you for Clarence. We got a few people that are subbing your channel, brother Oyapo. Brother Oyapo, I need your counsel, brother. Come on into the chat room. I put 2 links in there. I need your counsel because I'm having there's some kind of there's definitely I'm a public enemy. I definitely have moved into the spiosphere of a YouTuber that they don't want me. They don't want us. Let me stop saying me. It's not about me. They don't want us putting out knowledge.
Let me ask, how long you been on YouTube? How long you been doing?
I've been on YouTube for freaking years, but I did not have content. I always had a page, and I mainly just went around YouTube watching other people's content. And it wasn't until
that's what I did.
it wasn't until the end of 2016, the beginning of 2017 that I started actually putting out content. And I started off real small, like yourself, real small. I was just doing little regular videos with my phone. And I didn't do it because I was looking for money and all that kind of stuff. I did it because I wanted a voice. I wanted to speak to the things that I saw that were wrong and that were happening in the world, especially the Black people. And I got sick of listening to people that get on television who spouse out things that are not true.
Right.
And I said, you know what? Let me make a voice for myself. So I first started doing, I started doing a little YouTubing, but it was real small stuff. Then I got into podcasting, which I do podcasting. And I would have made what we did a podcast, brother. But Oyapo, brother, I need your counseling. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Peace. I don't know how much I'll be able to add, but I'm here.
Well, I need your counsel because I just need to calm myself down. This is the problem. Me and this brother, Aaron. This is Clarence Ray, who was introduced to me by the real Aaron Collins.
Peace, Clarence.
And
how you doing, brother? How you doing? It's nice to meet you, brother.
I'm well, thank you.
And he lives in Georgia, right? You live in Georgia, right?
Oh,
brother?
Yes.
Okay. And I've been watching this brother. He has some real things, some real talk, and some real things to say. But I noticed that the brother, I wanted to help him out with his support and everything, And so we decided to come on here and let him introduce himself to everybody, talk about a few issues. And I had I had a News One article and I had an article from Al Jazeera talking about how I noticed as soon as I started talking about the royal family and how a lot of what was witnessed this weekend was a lot of buffoonery. They got the Black folks up there singing, doing the gospel choiring. Everyone's thinking that it's some kind of post-racial celebration with them getting married and all of that. And I talked about how she sees herself as biracial. She doesn't really see herself. She doesn't really claim Black as much as she does biracial. They see her as biracial. And then I tried to bring up a article on the News One about the man that she's marrying wearing Nazi clothing at a costume party, And I talked about the history of the royal family as it relates to their oppression of African people, colonialism, oppressing and killing. And the News One article talked about how they actually have blood on their hands. Then I had an article that I wanted to present to everybody and put on the screen. And that's where I was having my difficulty. About 14 Caribbean countries are in the process right now, are suing Great Britain and a few other European countries for their role in the trans-American slave trade. So while we're sitting up here in America talking about, oh, this is a beautiful thing, and just because they can show some Black folks singing and dancing and playing some instruments, trying to woe us to sleep to believe that somehow we're in a post-racial society because a Black woman marries into this royal family, a royal family that really doesn't want her. So as soon as I start trying to open up the article about showing him with the Nazi outfit on, all of a sudden I've got somebody's Twitter page comes popping up on my screen. I'm like, what the hell is this? Right? Some white cartoon image. Then I'm trying to say, can everybody see the image? I'm doing everything I'm supposed to do on the Google to make sure y'all can see the image. And all of a sudden, nobody can see the images that I'm showing. Then once I'm able to show the images, then all of a sudden, Twitter stuff's coming into view. Then stuff's popping out of the. Then I got stuff popping out of the other. Then the article that I wanted to find that I had from Al Jazeera about the 14 Caribbean countries suing these European countries. All of a sudden, my article disappears. I can't find my article to put on the screen. Right? Then I've got stuff. Then I go into my email system trying to dig out, trying to figure out if I can, because I sent that article to my email and then I put it on my screen because I found these articles on my phone. So I emailed it to myself in order to pop it up on my computers. And then I've got stuff popping up on my screen like, what is this? Who is this person on the screen? Who is this? And this is what's going on, brother. So every time we get deeper into the truth, the Google live streams starts to do weird stuff.
Yep.
And I guess, brother, I'm just trying to, because it's happened to me for the first time yesterday. In some parts of the video, it was acting weird. My screen was going green and all this kind of stuff. I'm just trying to take it all in, brother Yapo, and process all of this, you know?
All right, I hear you. I have had my experiences with YouTube and different stuff. There was a period when my my comments were disabled. I wasn't able to see what anybody was commenting to me, and I couldn't comment to anybody, and so on. But the fact of the matter is, just like you were saying on another live stream, might have been at the beginning of the original one, but you were saying on another live stream, you know, we're behind enemy lines, you know, and we're dealing in and with a system where they basically have control of what's going on, and they try to control what information people get and what information people see, what information people hear. So that's what's going on. I'm not even surprised by it anymore. If anything, the fact that they're even doing it shows, just like you often say, it just shows that what we're saying or doing is actually effective. Because if we were talking some foolishness about Cardi B or Beyonce or whatever his name, I can't even say his name, but you know, talking some foolishness, the stream would just go on all day and just be smooth as silk. But when you start talking about real issues that actually affect the Black community and issues that are going to make people think, that's when everything starts blowing up and going haywire.
That's right.
Yeah. So I feel like I want to apologize to everybody that was in the chat room. I want to apologize that things started to go kind of haywire near the end, because you notice as me and Brother Clarence were talking, everything was kind of flowing along, and then I was having some technical. Now, there was some technical problems going on with the Google. There's some things that are technical problems that happen with your computer. It's natural. And then there's things that are just damn right, you know, that, and I'm going to say it again, you know, that YouTube or Google, they just don't want Black people putting out information that does not fit the narrative that they want, that we're getting on the news. So they want to discourage people so that you say, I'm not going to listen to it. They don't want this. They want to discourage people so that they say, I'll just look at the news. I forget about YouTube. Listen to people on YouTube. Let me go listen to the news. They want you to get that narrative. That's what I'm trying to say. Excuse me. I got a little tongue twister right there. But so King Wade, thank you. Let me see what everybody that came back into the chat room. I'm sorry that I opened up another live stream and I decided that I wanted to go back on to Google because I really wanted to bring people in to talk. So if anybody wants to come in and talk a little bit, I did put a link in the chat room. You can come in because I'm gonna, in about 30 minutes, I'll stay on here for about 30 more minutes before I leave. I got to go pick up my young one from school. So Brother Clarence, this is what we're gonna do. I was having some issues with the web pages that I had. It was just a whole bunch of stuff that just didn't go right near the end. And I like to do stuff that's clean. I like people to look at the content and let it be nice and like boom, boom, boom. Things go right in its nice flow. Not all this choppy type stuff. We're gonna get back on and talk more, brother. Me and you and everybody, we'll be talking more. So don't go anywhere now, but I'm just letting you know that me and you will have some more powwows with other brothers and stuff like that. But everybody definitely check out, what do you call your channel again, brother? It's called
I just say Clarence Ray YouTube.
Clarence Ray YouTube.
I actually put the links I actually put the link to all of my YouTube channels into the chat, right? I don't know if it's directly in this one. It didn't accept it. So what I'm gonna have to do is just, after this video, go to YouTube. I'm just gonna put all of my links to my channels and social medias into your comment section.
Okay. And I believe
I put it.
And also Yalpo put a link of your channel in the chat room. So everybody, if you see the link that Brother Oyapo put in the chat room, go ahead and subscribe to the brother's channel. Check him out.
Let me
like what he talks about. Yes, sir.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and put. Let me see if it might just take one at a time. It probably ain't gonna take them all at once, but the rest of them I'll just put them in. I put my first channel, the one I'm on, the main channel. Yeah. And
it probably won't let you put the links in because you're not a moderator, brother. So let me I have to, for the purpose of you putting the links in, I'll make you a moderator so that you can get the links in. Okay.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay. Because I'd definitely be a moderator for your, for your channel.
Let me see. I'm trying to find you in here now. Where is my man Clarence at? Where are you at in here? I know you in here.
Because I think I commented.
Let's see. Let me see. Peggy said the Catholic Church was the main source with the Queen of England to start the black slave trade. A man by the name of Sir John Hawkins took 100 men and captured 300 Africans and carried them to Spain, to the Spanish islands, she says. Interesting stuff there. Let's see. She doesn't consider herself black. Yeah. Megan considered herself biracial. And you guys all heard what I was saying about they want to do everything to do away with black. They want us to get to a point where nobody calls themselves black. That's what this, when you hear this, that's what this biracial movement is about, is to get kids that are mixed like this to not want to identify with being black, but to identify with this biracial situation, so that what happens is you dilute the whole issue around black issues, to dilute it, so that we say, hey, it ain't about a black problem, okay? It's about an American problem. So you want people to talk in that type of narrative that it's about us being Americans, and you want to have these biracial kids watered down. Am I right or wrong, Oyapo, or am I wrong?
No, you're absolutely right. And also, you have to keep in mind that this was a few months back when his brother William was over in Africa, because everybody been after Africa since the beginning of Africa, you know. And now, when William was over there a few months ago, he was talking about how Africa needed to be depopulated and so on. And the thing is that they know that they're trying to, spread more colonization, if such a thing is possible, over into Africa. Now, when you have him marrying, this biracial, and then you have all these black people co-signing that, that's kind of like an end for them. That's not like like a total end, but it's all a part of this puzzle. It's all a part of this thing where they have this push. Because right now you have, I think it's the Japanese and the UK or the Europeans fighting over Africa. It's like having, two men in a room fighting over a woman that she doesn't want either of them, but the both of them fighting over her. And so you got everybody fighting over Africa. And yeah, the Africans over there trying to say, you need to get the hell out.
You're absolutely right. And what I was going to say, the article, I think I have the article on my phone. Let me just read something real quick. The article about what's happening in the Caribbean and their lawsuit that they're taking out. Let me get to it real quick. Just give you guys a little taste of it. It's a little taste of it. The Caribbean. Let me see. I got it in my handheld device here. So I'll just read this. It says here, it's in Al Jazeera, America. 14 Caribbean nations sue European countries for slavery reparations. Lawsuit seeks reparations from Great Britain, from France, the Netherlands, for their role in the Atlantic slave trade. Okay, this was okay. Let me see. 14 Caribbean nations are suing the government of the United Kingdom, France, and Netherlands for reparations over the plaintiff says that there is a linear legacy of Atlantic slave trade. In a speech Friday at the United Nations General Assembly, Prime Minister St. Vincent and the European nation must pay for their deeds, their bad deeds, the awkward legacy of these criminals against humanity, a legacy which exists today in our Caribbean countries to be repaid for the developmental benefits of our Caribbean society and all peoples. The European nations must partner in a focused, specific way with us to execute their repaying. The lawsuit, which are likely to be amounting to the lengthy battles, are being brought by the Caribbean community in the region, organizations that focus mostly on issues such as economics, integration. They will be brought to the United Nations, international courts. And you know the United States manipulates the United Nations, folks. Courts of justice based in the Netherlands. It is not immediately clear when the court proceedings will begin. The country, see, why are we not hearing about this in the United States? Has CNN told you about this? Nope. Has MSNBC told you about this, folks? Nope. And you know that the Fox propaganda channel is not going to tell you anything. So you got the countries will focus on Britain. And see, this is what I'm saying, Oyapo and Brother Clarence. While people were celebrating this wedding and thinking that everything's post-racial because you had a black gospel choir, or because a young black man who's a brilliant musician is playing the cello, or because someone who's biracial is marrying into the family, they want to lull us to sleep and think that progress is happening, this is progress. This is not progress, because Great Britain is one of the biggest countries that were involved in this slave trade.
Right.
It says here, they're focusing on Great Britain for its role in the slavery in English-speaking Caribbean, France, for slavery in Haiti. Listen to me. Netherlands for its oppression, the Dutch countries colonizing parts of northeast edges of South America. Woo, we're talking about even South America. Okay. They have hired British law firms which wage a successful fight for compensation for hundreds of Kenyans who were tortured by the British colonizers government. They fought for the liberation of their country during the Mau Mau rebellion of the 1950s and 1960s. The lawsuit, according to the law firm, the first step will be to seek a negotiation settlement with the government of France, Britain, and the Netherlands along the lines of Britain agreeing in June to issue a statement of regret and reward. The compensation is about, now this, you know what, this ain't gonna get it right here. I'm sorry. 21.5 million to the survivors of Kenyans. So the surviving ancestors their ancestors that can trace their ancestors to the slave trade, they're talking about a tune of 21.5 million. That ain't enough. Ain't enough. God damn it, that ain't enough money. No, I disagree with that amount. Okay, let me read this. They think that they will undoubtedly want to try and see if this can be resolved. Okay. The Caribbean countries speaking to the Association Press in July, but I think the reason they have hired us in that they want to show that they mean business. Okay. Meaning the lawyers that they hired. Okay. Caribbean countries, Jamaica, Barbados already have national commissions on reparations, and each country that does not have a commission has agreed to set one up. So let me tell you something about that commission stuff, Brother Oyapo and Brother Clarence. That is correct. You have to create a commission to begin the process for reparations. Let me tell you what's going on here in the United States. Do you know that Congressman Elijah Cummings, if I'm not mistaken, he's been trying to get the issue of reparations for Black people in America into committee. They won't even look at it in committee to analyze whether it's suitable for us to implement a reparation program here in America. They won't even get it in committee because the white supremacists that run, and I'm pretty sure they're going to start messing with the program now because I use the keyword white supremacists. The white supremacists in the United States government do not want to deal with that issue, so they've been filibustering the brother to not allow it to even get to committee. This is the reason why Black people, I believe, given the circumstances that we find ourselves in, that we're not going to get the reparations because they don't even want to talk about it in committee.
Let me slam that home for the family. What he's saying is, like, if there in terms of reparations, when you start talking about reparations in the committee, that leads to pretty much getting the reparations set. What they're shooting down isn't that part of it. What they're shooting down is talking about it.
Thank you, Yapo. Thank you, brother. Thank you. There it is. So they don't even want to agree to even talk about it, let alone lay some law in it. Just talking about it, they're saying no.
Yep.
I want to say something about this royal wedding. You know, something our people have got to like really understand. Most of us in this chat, in this on this live stream, already understand this. But our people at large need to understand something about white people in this royal wedding and all that stuff. There's two things you have to understand about white people. They never do anything without a reason, and they never do anything without a plan.
Mm-hmm.
So if they're doing this and they have Prince Harry marrying this woman and so on, it's because they have something that's in the works. And every time any group, I don't like using the term minorities, but in this case I will, just for the sake of argument, anytime any minority or any other group has connected themselves with white people to achieve a goal, after that goal is achieved, white people turn on them. This in history, you cannot find one historical precedent where white people did not turn on whoever they teamed up with after the goal was reached and achieved. So you can't trust them, but they don't do anything without a plan, and they don't do anything without a reason.
Let me read a couple things in the chat room. We've got King Wage says, I want the crown jewels robbed and all things of value. Yeah, you know what? That's another thing he brings me to. There are statues, there are artifacts in the museums of Great Britain. I don't even know why we call it Great Britain. What's great about it? But there are artifacts that were stolen from our ancestors that are in the museums in the UK that should be given back to their rightful owners. And isn't that something? Let me read something else here. We got B Fresh who says, whenever Africans strengthen its army and defense, it will be glorious, brothers. You're absolutely right. Actually, it wasn't until Europeans discovered how to manipulate the fire stick that they were able to have an advantage over African people, because up until the Europeans were able to figure out how to manipulate this powder into a gun, they never were able to conquer the continent of Africa. Africans were whooping their behind back to Europe. It wasn't until the fire stick. And Yapo, you ever heard of a book called Guns, Steel, and Germs, Guns, and Steel?
I haven't heard of it.
Germs, Guns, and Steel. You got to check this out. Is a book that tells you how certain cultures were able to conquer each other. It was based on germs, steel, and guns. So steel, whatever's abundant in your environment. So one of the reasons why the Europeans were able to strengthen their armies is because they had minerals, or they had elements in their environment that were rich in steel, which they were able to fashion into weapons. Germs, the Europeans were able to also conquer us because they brought germs with them. They brought diseases. So when they came in contact with, when the Spaniards came over here and came in contact with the native people that were here, they gave them all type of diseases that they were carrying. That's the germs. And then you've got guns. They were able to fashion the steel into guns, into a weapon to be able to kill people who weren't using that type of warfare. And everybody believes that it was the Chinese that created the gunpowder, but we know my man Keith Newsom, as I was saying, he says that there was an African presence in Asia and even in Japan, and there are artifacts that none of us have laid eyes on that show that Black people were there that they don't want you to see. In fact, the word samurai comes out of an African language, and the samurai, the first samurai, were of African ancestors. Okay, so what I'm basically trying to say in a nutshell is that we have we have a glorious past. We can get back to it, but we're so in a mixed up system. We're so mixed up because we don't know what some of us want to be Republican, conservatives, liberals. Some of us want to be this religion, that religion, and all of that tribalism, as I was saying in the first video that we were doing. That tribalism is what hurt Africa, because the tribalism divides us, and that's how the Europeans are able to easily just conquer us. What do you think?
Yeah, it does, yes, because they got it all, have it all set up. You know, they got it set up like that because they have been in power for so many centuries and stuff like that. And they trying to figure out every single day and every day of the moment, and trying to find ways to continue to wipe us off the map. Because all you have to do, I tell people, just look at their history. It's just, you know, you look at how they hung and burned and lynched a lot of the Black people and things of that nature, you know. You exactly. Look at it, see it from there, you know. You don't have to figure it out.
Yes.
And the strategy.
Go ahead, Yapo.
Oh, the strategy of divide and conquer has never failed, to my knowledge. And right now, on a macro level, we're divided worldwide. And then on a micro level, they have us dividing between each other as Black men and Black women. So I mean, we're just like fighting on all fronts and trying to fight at the same time. So it's a hot mess.
Yeah, we got Water Sniper in the house, giving love to everybody. Welcome, Water Sniper. We got Underrated Darkness in the house. Be Fresh, thank you for being here. Botifies, thank you for being here. Hodge, thank you for being here. Robert, thank you for being here. Of course, Yapo. Jay, Bart, thank you for being here. Who is this person? Theodius Wonder Brown. It's buffing. What's buffing? Is the video buffing? I don't see anything buffing on my part. But thank you for being here, Brown. You must be new to the channel. Let's see, Sister Shawnetta, thank you. She claims whites are mixed. Yeah, we got, and Cap, thank you for being here. I just want to let everybody know that's in here that had the time. I know that people are out there working today. You know, they don't have time to be on a stream all day. My whole goal was to bring Clarence on here and to let everybody know, go check out Brother Clarence's Clarence Ray YouTube channel. He says if you go to Clarence Ray YouTube, you'll find him. He also Yapo put a link in the chat room. So definitely check the brother's channel out. Support him if you can. And I really appreciate everybody's support and what you've been doing. Yapo, I think I'm going to end the stream, brother, because I got to go pick up my young one. I'm gonna.
Okay, go do what you got to do, brother.
Thank you.
And I appreciate you.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for coming on, Clarence. I really was doing this for you, brother, for people to know who you were. I'm sorry that things kind of went fooey with the other stream that we did at the end there. I want to apologize for that, brother, but we will do more stuff together.
You're well, brother. I mean, everything is, you're all right. I thank you. Thank you for, I don't even have words to even say thank you, because, you know, you made it possible. You know, if it had not been for you, you know, bringing me on your platform and listening me to everybody. The words are just not enough, but I appreciate it. I always love and support all of the ones that you introduced to my channel and yourself as well, because without you, this broadcast wouldn't be what it is, you know.
No. Let me correct something that you said, brother. No, not me. It's not me. It's without all of us, the broadcast would not be what it is. All of us. Because I cannot be me without us. We are because of us, and we're us because of we all. So it is the brothers and sisters in the chat room, brothers like Brother Oyapo. It's because of them that makes this what this is. It's not about me. A lot of times, as black people, we have to get away from this individual ideology that we've been conditioned by since the time we were a child growing up in America. America teaches you to be an individual. Look at our sports athletes. Look at our professional black athletes. They have been taught to stay away from us. When they go into the NBA and the NFL, they're being told by the white handlers, oh, this is who you can get your house from. This is where you go to buy a car from, right? And they don't even know that they're putting that money right back in the hands of the owner who owns some of these, owns these dealerships or has friends that he does business with. So they're telling these athletes where to go buy a house, where to go live, where to go buy this, where restaurant to go. Everything is about stay away from the niggas. Okay.
Exactly.
Everything is about staying away from us.
Everybody.
So
I appreciate everybody in the chat. I love peace and love to all of the melanated brothers and sisters in the chat. Thank you all for supporting me. And just thank you all as a melanated people as a whole.
Oh, wait a minute.
I love y'all.
Before we go, real Aaron Collins, brother, can you just come in for 1 minute before I need to rush out of here? Let me send you a little. I need you to bless us with your presence.
While he's coming in, I want to tell Clarence it's good meeting you, brother. I look forward to seeing you in more streams. And
yes, you will.
And thank you for having me on the panel, brother.
Yeah, you're welcome, bro.
Yeah, Ayapo, me and you got to do something together, brother. I know you've been resting and everything, but we need your voice. We need your voice more.
Well, we'll work it out, brother.
Okay. All right. Hopefully, I'm bringing the real Aaron. Oh, there he is. Thank you.
There he is. Peace, Aaron.
Yeah.
Hey, how you doing?
All right, brother. Brother Clarence Ray, who you introduced me to, is right on the panel, brother.
Yes, I see. I'm glad to see that.
How you doing, Aaron Collins? How you doing, brother?
Well. I'm doing well. Yapo's there too. How you doing? I'm well.
Yeah. All praises to you, brother. I'm doing well. We were on here earlier, and a couple of things were happening. I couldn't manipulate my web page. I had somebody's Twitter thing coming up on my screen.
Yeah, it's 3.
I had stuff. And I'm like,
1, 2. It's 10 people at a time can come on. It's
I've got some pictures of some women coming up on the screen. It was just kind of crazy stuff. So I had to fire up something new because I was just trying to get everybody to know who this brother is, because this brother needs support. You know, and so I just wanted to support the brother. So that's why I brought him
Hello, young men. How you all doing?
Doing fine.
Yeah, that's good.
Great.
That's my mother.
Oh, okay. Sister, good to see you. Good to see you. We just we're trying to give your son support on his YouTube channel, and we're like-minded brothers, sister. So thank you for blessing us with your presence and your words.
Yeah, well, thank you all. I appreciate you all too for joining in with him and coming together as one.
Oh yes, we're gonna keep doing it. So we're gonna keep doing this and doing this. and putting the word out there. So thank you. And I want to thank
God bless you all.
God bless you too. Thank you.
God bless.
Brother Aaron, real Aaron Collins, brother. Thank you for introducing me to this, brother. And I just want to tell everybody out there, I'm sorry about what happened with my first stream. I had to, the way it ended and the way things happened. I want to apologize. I feel, you guys are supporting.
No need to apologize.
It's just
no need to apologize.
It's embarrassing, though.
I understand what's going on.
Yeah, it's no need, like he said. Someday I can come on here and I can give a better speech and I can open up myself a little bit more,
Okay.
And give you the best and give it all I got. That's what I'm gonna do.
Okay, brother. Well, with that said, I guess this stream was successful because there wasn't no goofy stuff going on. So I'm gonna end it and get ready to go get my young one, and I guess I'll be checking you guys all out tonight, whatever y'all doing on the YouTube.
Okay, then. We'll be available. We'll be there.
All right, be safe, brothers.
All right, thank you, brothers.
All right, peace and love to everybody in the chat. Thank you to the real Aaron Collins and everybody in the chat.
Everybody in the chat.
I love all of y'all.
Danita, Bonafide, Yapo, M. Mitch, Cap, thank you. King Wage, Water Sniper, Rashawn Obal, thank you. You said bless up. Jay Bark. Let me see who else is in the chat room. I can say something. Be Fresh, thank you. Peggy Roster, thank you. And Theadius, thank you for being with me. Let me highlight your name and just say what's up to you because you look like you're new to the chat here. Before I hit the end button on this, just want to make sure I, just acknowledge you. Peace. Underrated Darkness, my brother. Thank you. August Dreams, thank you for being with me. I will be looking for you guys live streams as well. I might contact Lion's Den and see if he wants to do a report tonight or something. So if anything happens on this channel, it'll be Lion's Den doing a report or something later on this evening. Go ahead.
Everybody's channel that I haven't subscribed to, I want to subscribe to them. I want to get the links or whatever, some kind of way, so I can. All
you gotta do, Clarence, is when this stream is over, go back to the live stream, and all of a sudden, and then the chat room will show up on your phone. You'll see everybody's writing, and you can touch it with your finger. And you can click into everybody's page and you can subscribe and hit the bell. So just do that.
That's what I'm gonna do.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. Just go back to it and you'll see everybody coming into the chat room and you can click on their icons. So with that said,
that's what I'm gonna do.
Thank you, everybody. Brother Collins, take care. I'll see you later on in this YouTube world we're in. Thank you.
Okay.